chronic pain blows. For anybody that is unaware, it sucks a lot. I was in a car accident when I was 16. I'm 25 now. My spine got pretty fucked. And basically, ever since then, my life has been pretty shitty. Physically, mentally. I'm a lot stupider than before. I had some head trauma. My front 2 teeth are fake. I bit them off, spat them on the dashboard. Actually, I asked the paramedic if he could collect them for me. I didn't know what the fuck else to do. Like, I need my teeth, right? He told me that's not how it worked. So, I did eventually get them replaced, filled in. They're mostly caps. So that was fun. My airbag didn't go off for whatever reason. It was turned off. So that was great. Pretty much ever since then, life has been like a constant pain. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I've never really been lower than a 4. When it first happened, for the first couple years, I had a pretty good positive attitude about it, you know, because it could have been worse. It could have been. And, you know, I told myself that I should be grateful that nothing worse happened. But it's been like 10 years. And it still hurts. And there's still things that I can't do. And it's really hard because, like, my pills don't work anymore. I'm 25. And T3s barely touch it. Which is pretty shitty because that's got codeine in it, and that's something that's quite addictive, so I've been told. So that sucks. And thinking back, I don't think I ever struggled with depression before the accident. Like, being in constant pain, it really fucks with you. And it's not like the pain, I'm ever pain-free. It's always there. Sometimes it's a 4, sometimes it's a 10. But it's never gone. I think what sucks the most is not everybody understands. You know, like right now, I probably look fine to a lot of people. But what they don't understand is just because I'm sitting here and I'm able to talk and I'm able to stand at the sink and do a load of dishes, that's very different than going to work or taking the dogs for a walk. Like, there's different tasks that are easier to do at a slower pace and at a modified pace in a modified way. But people just assume, well, if you can do this, you can do that. It's no different. It is very different. There are times when I am so sore that talking is just too much energy. It's too much. And being in pain all the time, it takes up all of your energy. Like, yes, I can lay on the couch and I can play on my phone, but I cannot talk to you. I cannot get up and get myself a glass of water. It's too much energy. Being in pain all the time, it just takes it from you. And people are harping on me for not doing the things that they think I should be doing, or not making the things that they think should be a priority. I know what my priorities should be, but it's not always up to me if I get to do those priorities or not. And I can explain this to people over and over again, and they don't understand. I didn't choose for this to happen. And this sounds really whiny. And you know, a lot of good did come from that car accident. But sometimes I'm just sick of being so positive about it. Sometimes I just want to be real about it for just a second and say, you know, like, I didn't choose this. I didn't do this to myself. Somebody did this to me. And I'm stuck living with the consequences. It sucks. It sucks when you're walking down an aisle of a grocery store and you're feeling about as normal as you can, and then all of a sudden you have to stop mid-step because you can feel the muscles in your back seizing up, and then you can't move. Shit, sorry guys, go around. It sucks when you're shopping and you have to get your dad to put a 2-liter of Sprite in your shopping cart because it's too heavy for you. That's embarrassing. Sometimes it just sucks. And feeling like this, the pain, the embarrassment, the self-loathing, because everybody thinks you should be doing something different, you know, if you can do this, well then you should be able to do that because it's the same. It piles on and it piles on, and you start to feel so shitty about yourself. I'm convinced that that is where the majority of my depression comes from. I am so tired of being in pain, I just want it to stop. There's a very good chance that it won't. And then you've got these assholes that are like, oh, well, have you tried daffodil oil? What? Well, you should try exercising more. Bitch, please. Moving hurts. Laying down hurts. Sitting, standing, breathing, like, stretching, it all just hurts. Like, are you even trying to be helpful, or do you just get like some weird sick pleasure out of watching me suffer more? Like, do you need psychiatry help? Like, I know everybody says I do, but like, are you sure you're 100% all there? Like, it's like, I can probably refer you to some really great people. And chronic pain, man, it'll fuck you good. And of course, there's not really much that any doctor can do because it's a spinal injury. I'm far too young for surgery. All they can do for pain management is all they can do. There's no actual solution. It's all just band-aids for now. But it's really frustrating because all those band-aids, they just make you really, really sleepy, so you end up sleeping your life away. You know, some days it's a coin toss. Am I gonna sleep the day away, or am I gonna lay on the couch and be in pain all day? Which one's it gonna be? I didn't choose this. It's really not fair. And I know, of course, life isn't fair. Some people get dealt shitty cards, and you gotta make the best with what you have. I tell you though, some days I just want to roll over and quit. There have been so many times I have begged my boyfriend to just let me die. It's okay. I have been medicated enough that I know the limits and I know how to cross them. Just leave the room. That's all you gotta do. Just leave the room. But see, that's the thing. Is when you have depression, see, there's this thing, I forget what it's called. I'm not suicidal, I just want to die. That's what it is. I'm not suicidal. I'm not. I have a good life. I have a good family on my boyfriend's side. I just want to die. I just want the pain to stop, and the pain won't stop unless I die. That's what I want. But you can't say that to many people because they automatically mislabel you. And they don't listen to you. They hear what they want to hear, but they don't actually listen to you. They don't take the time to try to understand you. They hear what they want to hear. I just want the pain to stop. Anybody out there that struggles with chronic pain, you're definitely not alone. You are all badass motherfuckers. A lot of the times, it just feels good to get it off your chest, you know? Like, if I get it, these words out of my body, you can just, I can feel better. Whether I get these words down on paper or I get these words out here, as long as these words leave my body, I can feel better. And I feel like people don't understand the power of venting. Not a lot of people can appreciate the power of venting. You try to vent to one of your friends and they start calling you an attention whore. How else do you express your frustrations? Like, are we not allowed to be frustrated on occasion? Like, ugh. Society, I feel, is continuing to condition people that if you feel a negative emotion, you are a negative person. And that could not be farther from the truth. That is probably the most toxic line of thinking I have ever heard of. You are allowed to feel angry at something that happened. You are allowed to feel remorse, guilt, sadness. You are allowed to feel whatever the fuck you want to feel. You are allowed to be angry at a person. You're allowed to be angry with yourself. You're allowed to be angry at something that has been said or written or an action. You are just allowed because you are you, and that is valid enough. The fact that you feel is valid enough. You don't need any other reason. You just can't unpack and live in that moment. That's the only thing. That's when it becomes unhealthy. But as long as you know that and you plan on moving on, be sad, be angry, be resentful, be full of grief, be whatever it is you want it to be. I mean, for the first 5 years after my car accident, I tried so hard to be happy and positive and upbeat about it. And one day I just fucking flipped my shit because fuck it. It was not okay. What happened to me was not okay. The fact that the person who did this to me got off the hook was not okay. The fact that his life didn't change was not okay. The fact that my life changed so drastically was not okay. Nothing about this situation was okay. The fact that I was trying so fucking hard to be so fucking positive about a fucking tragedy was not okay. And just because I didn't feel okay about it doesn't mean that I'm not an okay person. I'm an okay person that is allowed to have not okay feelings. Anything that I feel is valid. Anything that I feel in my life is okay. Just don't set up camp and live with those emotions. There are a rainbow of emotions, and you should experience them all. Every single one of them. You should learn how to cope with them. You should learn what they feel like. You should learn what they mean. You should explore all of these emotions, the good, the bad, the ugly, the ones where you're like, the fuck is that? Like, all of them. That is life. I am so tired of seeing these memes go around. And all these parents that are telling their kids, putting their kids in timeout and saying, come out when you're happy. Way to make your kid feel like a piece of shit. When I was growing up, I was an introverted child. I enjoyed sitting in my room and reading the Harry Potter books. Don't fucking talk to me. Like, seriously, don't talk to me. I don't want to socialize with any of you. Don't talk to me. It didn't mean that I was sad. It didn't mean I was angry. It just meant that I was reading my book and I don't want to talk to anybody. Leave me alone. So my punishments were forcefully hanging out with my family, watching really stupid TV shows. Yeah. Thanks. Or being told, you should smile more. Well, you should probably go fuck yourself more. So why don't you do that and we'll reconvene later. Honestly. Whatever you feel, you're fine. Some people are naturally upbeat. Good for them. Some people are naturally introverted. Good for them. Some people wear their emotions on their faces. Some people don't. Here's a fun fact. People on the autism spectrum don't show their emotions on their faces. They just don't. There's like this connection from the brain and the face that says, I'm happy, so I'm smiling automatically. That's just missing for people on the autism spectrum. It's not there. There's just, I don't know, some sort of gap. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. I have that gap. I'm like basically normalish. Every time I hear a parent tell their kid, you shouldn't be so angry. Why the fuck not? What's it to you? You're not the one dealing with those emotions. Their emotions. their life, their brain, their heart, their emotions. You can perhaps help guide them onto healthy ways to deal with those emotions. But aside from that, shh, shh, not your place. You don't get to dictate somebody else's emotions. You don't get to tell them what they are or are not allowed to feel. At all. Nobody died and made you God. I mean, like, he died, but then he rose. So, I mean, like, that's a little bit of a gray area, but, like, I'm pretty sure it wasn't you. So, cleared that one up. Brownie points for me. Embrace the emotions, guys. Because chances are, if you try to force yourself to be so positive all the time, you're going to wake up one day and you're just going to start throwing dishes at the fucking wall. Because things aren't going to be okay anymore. Or you're going to grow up and you're going to realize that life isn't this perfect little bubble full of rainbow unicorn farts and pixie dust, and you're going to get in a fight with somebody, and because you're not in your protected little bubble anymore, you're going to have some anger that you're not going to know how to deal with, and you're going to end up hurting somebody, or you're going to end up hurting yourself, or you're going to end up looking like an abusive prick when really you just threw your first temper tantrum that your mommy never let you throw when you were little. Deal with your emotions now, guys. Explore them. Read up on them. Learn the tools on how to be in charge of them.